Richard Holden.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr Deputy Speaker, and it's a pleasure to follow my honourable friend for West Dorset. I was actually down at Bovington with the Armed Forces Parliamentary Scheme not that long ago, with my honourable friend for Burnley as well, and we share a separate connection with both Dorset and obviously County Durham being rifles recruiting grounds as well. And I'd like to associate myself with his comments regarding the sad death of Captain Sir Tom Moore as well. I'm delighted to be able to speak today. It's so important that we recognise what an important role our armed forces play in our country. As a former Special Advisor in the Ministry of Defence, I witnessed the actions they take, overt and sometimes covert, across the globe on our behalf, and also with MACA at home in their support for us dealing with coronavirus and various other issues that we've had to deal with too. I'm particularly delighted that this bill delivers on our manifesto pledge, ensuring protection for our armed forces, putting responsibility on public bodies at the heart of what we're doing. And it's great to see my honourable friend, the member for Plymouth Moor View, on the front bench, who I know has campaigned for this for so long. Other honourable members, the members for Bracknell and Beckenham, spoke very well today, but I think the whole House recognises the contribution of the member for Wolverhampton South West, who made a superb speech earlier on. Turning to the contents of the bill itself, I'm particularly glad to see Clause 8 in there, which really does move towards enshrining that Armed Forces Covenant in law. And it's also superb to see that Clause 9 with the flexibility around commitments for our reserve personnel. And also more broadly in Schedule 1, Clauses 2, 3, 5 and 6, helping to deliver some of that better justice within the armed forces for our serving personnel. But my constituents in North West Durham are more than patriotic, Mr Deputy Speaker. But it's not a jingoistic patriotism. It's much more deeper than that. It's much more personal. My constituency, as I've mentioned, is a major recruiting ground for the Rifles, formerly the Durham Light Infantry, and also for the Royal Marines. And I was delighted on the 14th anniversary to speak to Major General Charlie Collins, who's currently the commander of 1st Division, who commanded British forces abroad not long ago. He really emphasised to me the importance of those regional connections that our armed forces have. And in County Durham, we've seen in recent years the sad loss of the DLI Museum, and I really hope that we can get it a new home as soon as possible, because it's such a key part of recognising that deep personal relationship that so many people across County Durham have with our armed forces. Finally, I'd like to speak on behalf of the professionalism and dedication of those who put their lives on the line for us. I've met several families with young people going through basic training at the moment, and it really is amazing to see those young people and the way that they develop so quickly within our armed forces. I just want to put on record the thanks of all of my constituents for them and what they do for us, because they're there for us. They're the hard edge of Britain's global power. They deserve our respect, they deserve our support, and they deserve a government behind them every step of the way. And I'm glad to hear that this bill goes some way further to delivering on that. Thank you, Mr.